Other states are looking at ways to improve soil health. With years of severe drought, California producers are looking for any way they can maintain their water through conservation practices. Carlos Suarez with the USDA Natural Resource Conservation Service helps farmers to keep the moisture they do get in the soil.
With those principles of building more infiltration on the soil, that's going to help us prevent that water, the little water that we have, from evaporating.
The USDA says unhealthy soil holds water, and reducing tillage and keeping plant residue on the fields are two ways to keep it healthy. That keeps nutrients in and shields soil from the wind and sun, which could rob its moisture. Farmers look at it as a way of protection. Farmer Scott Park in California has used the practices to help his tomato transplants. He says his soil has great water retention.
I've gone 32 days without having to turn water on, so that's just a great example of building up the soil and having the soil save you headaches, water use, and or expenses. And it's a healthier plant as it's developing a good root system on its own.
Corn struggled this week with some key contracts knocked down Tuesday, according to Alan Brugler with Brugler Marketing and Management in Omaha. He adds yesterday the weekly Energy and Information Administration report had ethanol grind and inventory down.
We were getting down to what would be normally seen as chart support, so I'm a little concerned that if the spec funds, the computer-based funds, don't want to buy it here, that we'll see a deeper correction down around 419 on the December. Technically, we had a failure to take out the previous high, what we call nobody home. That's usually a bearish sign. Weather forecasts are basically seen as a little more favorable to crop conditions here, not so much in Indiana and Ohio. Of course, they're getting pounded with rain, but here in the western corn belt where the bigger acreage is. The technicians are trading both sides of the thing. Cattle market had been under quite a bit of pressure on the wholesale beef prices. Exports have been slow. The beef production year to date's down, but we've been having trouble moving the product since the 4th of July. Longer term, we're still fighting an uphill battle here with increasing supplies of the competing meats. The hogs are the ones that are expanding. Slaughter continues to be well above a year ago. The pork cutouts normally would be rising here in July due to reduced supplies, but because we're still killing more hogs, we're seeing a little pressure on the hogs as well.
Bob Stallman, president of the American Farm Bureau, announced this week he will not seek re-election in January 2016 after 16 years in charge. Stallman is the 11th president of the Farm Bureau and is a cattle and rice producer from Texas. He says it's time to hand over the reins of leadership. Farm Bureau says under Stallman, Farm Bureau membership grew by more than 1 million nationwide. The new president will be elected to a 2-year term at the 97th annual meeting in January. We put stories up every day. Check out WHOTV.com. Click News, then Agribusiness.